Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today's Monday, January the 22nd, start of a new week. And we got 8 games on today's card. As usual, we're going to break every single game down, do some analysis, try to find an edge, and come up with some winning plays. About an hour before tip-off, best bet of the day, guys, like we do every single day. Down as a pinned comment, also on my Twitter, at Pick'emNBABets. Like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And let's get right down to business now, guys. Check out the action and make some money. Let's go. All right, now first we got the Milwaukee Bucks in Detroit taking on the Pistons. These two teams played against each other just a couple of nights ago. Same arena. Milwaukee won that game by 6. Very high-scoring game, 141 to 135. Not much defense being played. Damian Lillard put up 45 for the Bucks. Went a perfect 16 for 16 from the free throw line. Had one of his usual Dame Lillard type games. Giannis put up some pretty big numbers, guys. 31, 10, and 9, but shot just 11 for 22 from the free throw line. He really needs to improve his numbers from the stripe. Could cost the team, guys, in the playoffs. Free throws, very, very important. We see they only won that game by 6. Detroit played a pretty good game as well, guys. This is, I think, their 4th straight cover. Alec Burks had a big game, 33 off the bench. And they shot lights out from 3, guys. 21 for 37, 57%, guys, overall. Hot shooting for the Detroit Pistons. Now, guys, we see a similar line. Milwaukee was favored by 13.5 on Saturday. Tonight, they're favored by 12.5. Of course, Detroit was more competitive than what the books estimated. Just a 6-point win. But, guys, look, Detroit, like I said, shot lights out from 3, 57%. Alec Burks put up 33 off the bench. I don't know if they'll be able to sustain these types of shooting percentages. I think if Milwaukee stays on course, and Detroit plays like their usual self, guys, 4-38 on the year, just 2-19 at home, I think Milwaukee can win and cover the spread. But it is Milwaukee, guys. Just a one-star play here is my pick in this game. All right, our next game, we got the red-hot Cleveland Cavaliers taking on the Orlando Magic. The Cavs, the hottest team in the NBA at the moment, 7-game winning streak. Coming off a big 21-point win against the Hawks on the road. The first game on the road in quite a while. 6 of the 7 games, guys, were on a long homestand. Very impressive, guys, with the Cleveland Cavs playing without Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. It doesn't matter. They're still racking up the W's. This is going to be the second game of a road trip for Cleveland. Rested coming into this game against the Orlando Magic. The Magic, guys, who have won 2 out of their last 5. Played last night. Big win against the Miami Heat, 105 to 87. Very impressive. Looked sharp on both ends of the court. They did get Franz Wagner back, the team's second best player. He had a nice game. Orlando, guys, pretty much at full strength. Gary Harris, the only player out. Now, of course, Cleveland favored, like I said, red hot 7-game winning streak and second night of back-to-back for Orlando. Personally, guys, I think Orlando is going to pick things up slowly. I think they will start racking up some W's. They're going to try to get back into the upper echelons of the Eastern Conference. Currently, they're sitting at 8th place at 23-20, but they're very good at home, guys, 14-6. No travel, guys, and they are a young team, so I don't think fatigue will be an issue in this game. I'm actually going to take him here with the plus 1.5. 2 stars behind this play. In our next game, we got the San Antonio Spurs in Philadelphia taking on the Sixers. Victor Wembanyama versus Joel Embiid. The first matchup between these two big men should be an interesting one. San Antonio, 1 win in their last 5, 4-point win in their last one against the Washington Wizards. Overall, guys, though, still last place in the West, struggling at just 8-34 on the year. Philly, 5-game winning streak, 28-13 on the year, coming off an 8-point win against Charlotte, and a very ugly game in low scoring, 97-89. It was the second night of back-to-back. Everyone looked sluggish in that game, not putting too much weight into the overall performance of the Sixers in that game, who overall, guys, have been playing very well and are uptrending. Now, this 14-point line is high. Guys, there's always a danger of a backdoor cover, even though I do think Philly will probably win and cover this spread. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to look for a team total play here on Philly over the number, over the 125.5. Put 1 star behind this. San Antonio, guys, in the last game gave up 127 to Washington, gave up 124 to Charlotte in the game before that. Overall in the year, they are giving up 121.5, one of the worst defensive teams in the league. Philly rested. When they're rested, guys, and at home, they are more than capable of doing the damage. There's always a danger of a backdoor cover. This is why I'm not looking for a play on the side, even though I am favoring a play on Philly. I think it's I think the over 125.5 on the team total has a better shot of coming through. Let's go with that tonight in this game. All right, up next we got the Memphis Grizzlies taking on the Toronto Raptors. The Memphis Grizzlies, guys, just 1 win in their last 5. coming off a 125-96 loss in Chicago to the Bulls. We know about all their injuries, guys. They're playing with a bunch of players that usually are not in the rotation, and the bench guys that usually coming off the bench are playing starter minutes. Just overall, the team is not looking very good at the moment. Toronto Raptors also not playing well, just one win in their last 5, coming off a 26-point blowout loss to the New York Knicks. Toronto, guys, it's kind of in a weird phase right now. They've made a couple of trades. They're still looking to explore some trades. Like I said, the players could be a little uneasy. Things on Toronto, not very stable at the moment. 7-point favorites here. They should win and cover the spread, guys, but I just don't have the guts to pull the trigger on this -7. What I am going to do, I'm going to look for a team total play here on Memphis to go under the 109.5 points. Just 1 star though behind this play. I know Toronto, guys, like I said, not really stable at the moment. Not really that focused. But Memphis, I just don't think they have the personnel to put up these many points tonight, guys. In the last game, 96 points in Chicago. They put up 103 in Minnesota. A couple of games before that, 94 against the Knicks. They just don't have the firepower, guys, to put up a lot of points on the board. I'm going to take him here under the 109.5. I think those are a bit too many for Memphis to score in tonight's game. All right, up next, we got the Charlotte Hornets in Minnesota taking on the Timberwolves. The Hornets, guys, on a constant downtrend, just 1 win in their last 5. Just 9-31 on the year. The team has been decimated with injuries all year long. Tonight, looks like LaMelo Ball might be sitting the team's best player, who recently came back from an ankle injury, listed as questionable with some ankle soreness. Got to check his status. The Timberwolves, first place in the West, guys, 30-12 on the year, 4 wins in their last 5 games. They are coming off a 5-point loss though to the OKC Thunder, a rare loss for the Timberwolves at home. Tonight, listed as 14.5-point favorites, guys. This line is a little higher than my estimate, but I can't really lay the points with Minnesota. If you look at the recent history between these two teams, they have played once this year already. Charlotte lost that game by 6 at home. They actually had their chances to win straight up, pull off the upset. And last year, guys, they did win the series. They beat Minnesota on the road 121-113 and also beat them at home 110-108. So Charlotte, guys, does tend to play well against the Minnesota Timberwolves. So with that in mind, guys, let's take the points here, the plus 14.5. Just 1 star though behind this play. These are tricky games, guys. Minnesota could actually go in there and obliterate them. And they could also play down the competition and keep the game close. You never know. Tough, but if I had to take a choice between the two, I would take the points and the Hornets. All right, up next, we got the Boston Celtics in Dallas taking on the Mavs. The Celtics, 4 wins in their last 5 games. Still the best record in the NBA, guys, at 33-10. Played last night in Houston. Got a 9-point win. Didn't look all that great, but looked like they were kind of pacing themselves looking ahead to tonight's game. They also played it without Drew Holiday and Al Horford. A couple of the older players on the team got some rest, so they'd be fresh for tonight's game. Really looked like a look-ahead game last night. They weren't really in it, but did get the job done and won that game by 9. Dallas, 2 wins in their last 5 on a bit of a downtrend, coming off a 17-point loss on the road to the Lakers. Did not look good in that game, guys. They have been off, though, for 4 days now, so they should be rested. Could be a little rusty, though, as well, guys. We see 3.5-point dogs at home. Like I said, they are catching Boston on the second night of back-to-back. Now, these two teams played again last year in Dallas. See what they did last year, guys. Boston actually went into Dallas and won 124-95. They were 3-point favorites last year, so we see a very similar scenario here. I don't know if it was a back-to-back for them last year. Tonight it is, but like I said, they were kind of pacing themselves, so I don't think fatigue will be too much of an issue. Travel involved, guys, but the trip from Houston to Dallas is nothing. So I don't think anything crazy as far as fatigue should be taking place for the Celtics. I'm actually going to take him here, guys, with the minus 3.5. And I'm going to put 1 star behind this play. You never know when Dallas can break out and do some damage. But I think Boston is the superior team here, guys. They rested a couple of guys. Like I said, they were pacing themselves yesterday. Fatigue shouldn't be an issue. I think they go in there and get the job done in Dallas. Take him here minus the points. All right, up next, we got the Chicago Bulls in Phoenix taking on my Phoenix Suns. The Bulls, 3 wins in their last 5 games on an uptrend, 2-game winning streak. They are playing without Zach LaVine, who injured his ankle a couple of games ago. Is expected to miss about a week or so he's not going to be in the lineup tonight for Chicago. The Phoenix Suns, guys, they are on a 5-game winning streak, 24-18 on the year. Did play last night, 7-point win against Indiana. Did not look all that great, but still, They managed to get the job done. 7-point win. They won and covered the spread tonight, guys. They are favored by 5 here. Man, tonight, guys, I'm actually looking for a play. I'm actually going to take the Bulls here with the +5. They do play very well, guys. Chicago, without Zach LaVine, they play very hard, a high-energy team. This is not really a good spot for Phoenix. Man, I hate betting against my Phoenix Suns, but I think the points here are the right side. I hope Phoenix does win it. I think it'll probably go down to the wire. Man, Chicago +5. I probably will not be putting any money on this game because I don't like betting against my team. But I think Chicago, guys, plus the points is the right side in this game. And in our last game of the night, we got the Atlanta Hawks in Sacramento taking on the Kings. The Hawks, 3 wins in their last 5. They are technically on an uptrend, even though they are coming off a very bad loss at home, a 21-point beatdown to the Cleveland Cavs. Trae Young injured his head in the 4th quarter of that game. He's going to be out for tonight, guys. Concussion protocol, which means he's probably going to be out for a couple of games. Atlanta, though, has played pretty decent without Trae Young in the lineup. Got to keep this in mind when looking at this game. Sacramento, guys, 1 win in their last 5. 4-game losing streak for them. On a downtrend, even though, guys, in a couple of those games, they were very unlucky to leave with losses, especially against Milwaukee, where they lost at the buzzer. Damian Lillard hit that 3. Also lost by 2 to Phoenix in the game, which they controlled. They were up 20, gave up a huge run at the end and lost. And then in their last one, guys, first came back from a road trip, lost by 5 to the Indiana Pacers. Tonight, this looks like a great spot for a bounce back here, but can I lay 8 points on a team that's lost 4 straight? No, even though I probably would give chances for this -8 to come through. Like I said, though, Atlanta is tough without Trae Young. I do expect Sacramento to win this game. I'm not really quite just there yet, though, laying the 8. What I am going to do is I'm going to look for a play on Sacramento on the team total over 122.5. We know, guys, Atlanta does not play much defense. Not really interested on the defensive side of the ball. They give up, how much do they give up? They give up 122.5 points a game, guys. One of the worst defensive teams in the league. Exactly the number, guys. 122.5. Sacramento, running good basketball. They put up points. They are rested. This looks like a great bounce back spot. I'm going to take him here, the team total over the 122.5. And this is what I got for you guys today on this Monday, January the 22nd. In these 8 games, we broke them down. We did our analysis. We got our picks, and we are ready to go. Out of these 8 games, guys, the game that I'm looking at, and I will probably have as my best bet of the day, will probably be the Orlando Magic plus the 1.5. I know Cleveland, guys, has been red hot, but I think Orlando, now that they got Franz Wagner back, I think they're going to start rolling again, especially at home. They're very good. I know it's the second night of a back-to-back, but still, guys, no travel, a young team. I don't think fatigue will be an issue like I talked about in the video. Looking at a play on Orlando, but officially, guys, my best bet of the day, I will post it an hour before tip-off as a pinned comment, also on my Twitter at Pick'emNBABet. So if you're interested, check back a little bit later. And on that note, guys, I am going to wrap up the video right here. I'm going to wish you all good luck on your plays, and I'll see you all again tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Later.